Game Drop. Hey guys, and welcome to Game Drop, your digital checkpoint for all things gaming. Today, we're diving into one of the most unbelievable stories in gaming history, how Kingdom Hearts actually happened. But before we jump into heartless keyblades and existential angst, let's rewind and talk about how we even got here. After Super Mario 64 blew everyone's minds and redefined 3D platforming, the entire gaming industry looked at Nintendo and said, yeah, we want a piece of that. Sony was actually working with Nintendo at one point to develop a CD-based console, until Nintendo pulled the plug at the last minute. Frustrated, Sony said, fine, we'll do it ourselves, and dropped the original PlayStation. History made. Meanwhile, over at Square, the company behind Final Fantasy, things were shifting too. They had been longtime collaborators with Nintendo, including making games for the Famicom, but saw the potential in Sony's powerful new hardware, and so they made the leap to PlayStation. Now both Sony and Square were on the hunt for their next game changer, something magical, something that could match the impact of Mario 64. They just didn't know that that magic was literally upstairs. So here's where things get wild. Square and Disney Japan had offices in the exact same building, Arco Tower in Tokyo. One day, a Square executive named Shinji Hashimoto steps into the elevator, and right there with him, a Disney exec. Two massive creative forces. One elevator, one ride, one idea. What happened next is now the stuff of legend. The two began casually talking, wondering, what if we made a game with Disney characters and Final Fantasy characters? It wasn't a formal pitch, it wasn't even scheduled. It was an elevator conversation that somehow changed everything. Disney Japan was intrigued. They gave Square the go-ahead to start thinking about a concept, even though the idea hadn't been run up the chain yet. Square took the leap of faith. And then fate stepped in. Again! Michael Eisner, the CEO of Disney at the time, just so happened to be in Japan checking out Tokyo Disney Sea. Square managed to set up a quick meeting and showed him some early concepts, and Eisner, somewhat confused but curious, looked at the art and said, keep at it, and do it right. Boom! There was the official green light. The game was on. When Kingdom Hearts finally dropped, it didn't just sell, it soared. Over 5.6 million copies worldwide, and it became one of the best-selling PlayStation 2 games of all time. It launched a franchise so big and complicated that even fans need a flowchart. Who knew an elevator ride could create a multiverse? So yeah, all it took was the right building, the right moment, and an actual elevator pitch to give us a crossover that still makes people ask, wait, is Goofy a knight? Sure. That's a simplified version of events, but it's honestly amazing something like this even could happen, especially today, when most big studios are afraid to take risks. I mean, Sony practically needed a peace treaty just to get Spider-Man into the MCU. But back then, Disney gambled on something weird. Square embraced it, and together they made something truly unforgettable. If you want a follow-up where I break down the sequels, the lore, or how Donald Duck somehow knows Zeta Flare, let me know in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching Game Drop. Stay curious, stay weird, and don't forget, light over darkness.
Hey there, Honest Fam. If you enjoyed the chaos and fun today, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more wild adventures.
Remember, if you let us shenan once, we'll shenan again. So stick around for more last and unexpected twists.
Got any ideas for our next shenanigan? Drop them in the comments below. Until next time, keep it honest and keep it fun.
Goodbye.
Peace.